G'day mate, my name's Dani and today I'm going to be doing a video on some of the weird shit that Australians do, because trust me, there's some weird things. So I've also done a video on some of the weird things that Americans do, so if you haven't seen that video yet I will link it in the description down below, so check that out. And while you're here, why not subscribe and give this video a like if you enjoy it. So first off, accents. Everyone in New Zealand will tell you that they hate the Aussie accent, that it's fucking shit. Actually not really. I personally like the Aussie accent and quite a few people do as well, but there are some differences to it from what our one is. Basically, it's kind of like the US accent to the Canadian accent, so there are mild differences, but yeah, to people that think they're the same, nah, they're not the same. So to give you an example, being a Kiwi, I would say, do you want to go get some fish and chips? Whereas an Australian will say, do you want to go get some fish and chips? The weirdest part about the Australian accent is something that honestly back in the day in primary school, probably even high school, as kids we were cracking up about it, and that is how Australians say the number 6. You know, so I'll just say 6, but Australians, they actually say 6. Yeah, they call the number 6, 6. It's a thing. What the hell, Australia? Stop saying naughty words as numbers. Alright, the next thing relating to accents that people from other countries might think are a bit weird is that, New Zealanders do this too actually. So you know the fish tuna, they'll say tuna. And YouTube, you guys in America, you call it YouTube, right? To me that doesn't even sound like a real word, but Australians and here as well, we'll call it YouTube. So tuna and YouTube, even though there's no CH in the words, but that's how you pronounce them. Well, to us anyway, we're probably all wrong. The other thing that is maybe a bit weird to some, or it definitely will confuse foreigners when visiting Australia, if you're trying to order some chips. So basically, you know how there's like hot chips, crisps, Pringles, Cheezels, Doritos, Twisties and fries. Have I said fries? French fries. Basically in Australia, they just call them chips. So yeah, we call them chips here too. We just like to keep things nice and simple. It's all just kind of comes under the one umbrella, just chips, not to confuse anyone. So in Australia, people are, you know, they're pretty lazy and they just like to shorten words in any way that they can. So you know, you can never actually just say someone's name outright. So to give you a few examples, if your name is Sharon, you'll be Shazza. Your name's Gary, you'll be Gazza. If your name's Murray, you'll be Muzza. Jordan, just Jordo. And Robert, well, we'll just call you Robbo, hey. So it's not just with names, but also places and other things as well. Australians like to shorten pretty much anything because, you know, it's too long. And saying the whole thing is just far too much effort. So Arvo will just be the afternoon. Servo is a service station or a petrol station, or if you're American, a gas station as you call it. A mozzie, that'll just be a mosquito, a mozzie bite. A tradie, a good old typical tradie, there's a lot of those in Australia, and basically they're just a tradesperson or a labourer. A cuppa, so if you want a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a cup of juice, it's just a cuppa. Another one is a sickie. So if you take a sickie that's having a sick day, I might call them have a sickie today. Yeah. So this next one, to be honest, it might be quite weird to people that aren't from Australia, but honestly I love this one. It's bloody iconic, and what it is it's a good old sausage sizzle at Bunnings. So if you're from Australia or New Zealand, give this video a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm not too sure why the fuck there's a sausage sizzle at Bunnings every single goddamn weekend, but basically you can count on Bunnings to get a saucy. I've even seen now it's gotten to the point where people are doing Bunnings sausage food reviews on YouTube, and now there's a bunch of memes about the Bunnings sausage sizzle. So you know, that's an Australian classic. And if you don't know what Bunnings is a trade store, absolutely nothing to do with food or sausages. It's not a supermarket, it's a place you'll go and, you know, get your DIY fix on, go and get a rake to sweep up your garden. But no matter the weekend, if you head on down to Bunnings, you're gonna get yourself a good old sausage. Sorry, no vegan sausages though, bit disappointing. Bunnings. G'day mate, my name's Adam, and yeah, I'm a bit of a bogan on the side. I do enjoy my beer. Oh sorry, I'm a salesperson at Bunnings, so yeah, can I help you with anything today? Oh nah mate, I'm just here for the saucy sizzle, eh? So this next one is a little bit messed up, but you know, I have told you that Australians are weird people, so it kind of makes a bit more sense. You may already know that the kangaroo is Australia's national animal, but for some reason they eat their national animal. That's right, Australians eat kangaroos. So the other day when I was shopping, I actually saw some kangaroo dog food, so it must have made its way over to New Zealand, and to be honest, that's just wrong. And I thought, bloody hell, that's a bit mean, isn't it? So the kangaroo is Australia's national animal, but they don't give a shit, they eat it.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
In New Zealand, our national animal is a kiwi bird, a beautiful little flightless bird. It's an endangered bird as well, so we take really special care of these guys. No one would dare ever eat a kiwi. You'd probably go to prison in New Zealand if you tried to eat our national bird, but you know, in Australia it's all good, eh mate? So the next thing I want to talk about are these. My dog's eating this one, but you know, you get the idea. Yeah, one of these jandals. But basically Australians call them thongs. What? We call them jandals, which basically the word comes from Japanese sandals. Jandals. It makes a lot of sense. But for some weird reason in Australia, they've decided to call them what we call a skinny little string of underwear. And that, my friend, is a thong. Hey Dal! You know thongs? You know, the ones that your underwear, the like little skinny pieces of string that you wrap around your ass? Yeah, how about we make that into like a shoe? So yeah, just imagine that, but for your toes. So I really do admire how chilled out Australians are about all of their deadly AF wildlife that would literally kill you. They're just like, oh you know, last week there was just 3 shark attacks, 2 venomous snake bites, and a couple of crocodiles that pulled my mate Dan down onto the water. R.I.P. Dan. But you know, nah, yeah, she'll be right. Just let's go up to the outback next weekend and we'll have a fucking ball. And when we're back, why don't we take a swim in the shark-infested waters, hey? How does that sound? I also love just how chill Australians are about things in general. Oh mate, my car just broke down. She'll be right, mate. Hey, I've got something to tell you. I lost my left arm. She'll be right, mate. My boyfriend just dumped me. She'll be right, mate. Hey, did you hear that Nan's just carked it? She'll be right, buddy. It's all good. You guys in Australia literally just drive around to see big things. There's no other point to these things other than they're big. So apparently that's enough to get the tourists over. There's a big banana, the big lobster, and the big pineapple, just to name a few. They're big, and you drive to them and look at them, maybe take a photo and go, oh shit, that's big. Alright, what the hell is an esky? An esky apparently is a cooler, or what we call a chili bin. You know, our way makes a lot of sense. It's chilly, it keeps things cold, and its functional purpose is that it's a bin. But Australia had to go and call it an esky. No one knows why. But that's a bit weird, isn't it? Alright, there's no denying that this one is pretty weird, but honestly, I love it. It just makes me so happy that these types of things exist, and that is Australian place names. So I'll read you guys out some of my personal favourite Aussie town names. Oh, number one on the list, it would have to be Yas. And yes, that is a real place name, and I know it just sounds like everyone is way too excited about it. I was googling it before, just having a little fun around on Google Maps. Yas public school, Yas local court, Yas motor registry, Yas. Sounds like everyone's just happy to be here, but the town is actually just called Yas. 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 I just love saying it. Some other good ones include Wagga Wagga, Walla Walla, Bong Bong, Poo Wong, Wongle Pongle, Walulamu, Wollongong, and last but not least, Tittybong. And yes, I'll stick a little photo up of Tittybong right here. It is actually called Tittybong. Not joking. How amazing is that? Another real weird thing that Australians do is this thing here. It's called Vegemite, and what they like to do is just open it up and take the biggest spoonful you can get and just you thought I was gonna, oh, I got some on my mouth. I wasn't trying to eat it. So I've noticed that quite a few people from overseas seem to think that Australians and Kiwis just fiend this stuff and we just want to eat it all the time. It's actually disgusting if you try to eat it like this. It's a yeast extract and it's very salty, very strong in flavour. So nah, you guys are doing it wrong. That's not how we like to eat it. It's not how, as far as I know, Australians like to eat it. Basically, the only way it tastes good is if you just put a little bit on your piece of toast, but don't completely cover it. So breakfast lessons with Dani. Alright, so this last one isn't a weird thing that Australians do. It's just a thing that Australians do that they need to stop. And what I'm talking about, my friends, is one of my favourite classic Kiwi desserts, and that is pavlova. All we want you Aussies to do is to stop claiming that it's yours. It is ours and we're not about to be sharing it. If you Google who invented the pavlova, literally the first thing that it comes up with is New Zealand. So yep. And you know, there is actually a really big list of other things that you guys have tried to claim that are really ours as well, but that's for another day, so we'll leave it at that. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I would love to hear in the comments below any of the weird things that you guys think you do in your country that aren't done anywhere else. And if you guys have any other types of videos that you'd like to see on my channel, just let me know in the comments below and I'll always try my best to film them. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy and I will see you guys next week. Bye!